Tim Allen, a well-known actor and comedian, had a shocking moment in his past. He was arrested and had to serve time in jail for a serious crime. But what exactly did he do to end up behind bars? In this video, we dive deep into Tim Allen's early life, his rise to fame, and the other troubling actions he took after his imprisonment. Join us as we uncover the full story of Tim Allen's life, career, and controversies. Early life. Timothy Allen Dick, known to the world as Tim Allen, was born on June 13, 1953, in Denver, Colorado. He grew up in a family of 8, being the third oldest of 6 children. His parents, Martha Catherine and Gerald M. Dick, played significant roles in his upbringing. Gerald worked as a real estate agent, while Martha was dedicated to community service. Their household was bustling, filled with the typical chaos and camaraderie that comes with a large family. In 1964, tragedy struck the Allen family. Tim was just 11 years old when his father, Gerald, died in a car accident caused by a drunk driver. This sudden and devastating loss deeply affected Tim and his family, marking a turning point in his young life. Martha, now a widow with 6 children, decided to move the family to Birmingham, Michigan, to be closer to her relatives. This move was not just about proximity to family. It was a step towards finding stability and support during a tumultuous time. In Birmingham, Martha remarried her high school sweetheart, a successful business executive. This brought a new sense of stability to the family, but the shadow of their father's death lingered. The move to Michigan and the subsequent changes were challenging for Tim, but they also set the stage for his future endeavors. Tim attended Seaholm High School in Birmingham, where he began to carve out a niche for himself. He developed a keen interest in theater and music, talents that would later define his career. Tim played the piano and became an active member of the school's drama club. His natural sense of humor and ability to entertain his classmates were apparent even during these early years. These experiences in high school were crucial in sparking his initial passion for performing. After graduating from high school in 1971, Tim enrolled at Central Michigan University. However, his journey in higher education took a turn in 1974 when he transferred to Western Michigan University. Here, he pursued a Bachelor of Science degree in communications, with a focus on radio and television production and a minor in philosophy and design. This academic path allowed Tim to hone his skills in communication and production, laying a solid foundation for his future career in entertainment. During his time at Western Michigan, Tim was heavily involved in extracurricular activities that further fueled his interest in comedy and performance. He worked at the university's student-run radio station, YDR, where he developed his voice and comedic style. This hands-on experience was invaluable, building his confidence and preparing him for the challenges of a professional career. To support himself through college, Tim worked various jobs. He was known for his strong work ethic and determination, qualities that would later serve him well in his career. Despite facing personal tragedy and the challenges of adapting to a new environment after his family's move to Michigan, Tim's resilience and passion for performance helped him navigate these difficult years. As Tim Allen completed his studies in 1974, he was on the cusp of entering a new phase of his life. His early experiences, marked by personal loss, family upheaval, and a relentless pursuit of his passions, had shaped him into a resilient and determined individual. These formative years set the stage for his future success in the entertainment industry. A growing career cut short. In 1975, Tim Allen embarked on a journey that would eventually make him a household name in comedy and acting. Fresh from graduating with a degree in communications from Western Michigan University, specializing in television production, Allen returned to his hometown of Detroit. There, he decided to dive into the professional entertainment industry, starting with stand-up comedy. He chose the Comedy Castle in Detroit as his launching pad, a venue well known for nurturing local talent. Allen's comedic style was distinct from the start. His humor was deeply rooted in observational comedy, often focusing on the absurdities and ironies of everyday life. A significant element of his performance was his knack for using sound effects and mimicking noises, which quickly became his signature. This unique blend of humor and sound captivated audiences, helping Allen build a local following in a relatively short period. By 1976, Tim Allen's stand-up career was gaining noticeable momentum. He performed regularly at various comedy clubs around Detroit and the surrounding areas, each performance further establishing his reputation. Allen's strong stage presence and natural ability to engage with the audience set him apart from his peers. His dedication to his craft was unwavering. He spent countless hours refining his material, perfecting his timing, and ensuring each performance was better than the last. During this time, Allen did not limit himself to just stand-up comedy. He also took on roles in local theater productions and appeared in commercials, expanding his experience within the entertainment industry. These ventures allowed him to explore different facets of acting and performance, contributing significantly to his growth as an all-around entertainer. Despite the typical challenges faced by newcomers in the industry, Allen's persistence and raw talent kept him moving forward. By 1977, Tim Allen had solidified his position as a prominent figure in the Detroit comedy scene. His performances were consistently well received, leading to a growing reputation that extended beyond Michigan. This recognition opened doors for him to perform in other major cities such as Chicago and Los Angeles. Each new city brought new opportunities and audiences, all of which further established Allen's reputation as a talented and rising comedian. Throughout 1978, Allen's career continued on its upward trajectory. He maintained a rigorous schedule of performances at comedy clubs while starting to make appearances on television. These TV appearances introduced his comedic talent to a broader audience, accelerating his rise in popularity. His ability to connect with people through his humor played a crucial role in this growing popularity. Despite the promising upward trajectory of his career, 1978 brought an abrupt interruption. An incident later that year forced Allen into a hiatus, halting the progress he had made in the entertainment industry. This unexpected break marked a significant turning point in his life and career, causing him to step away from the industry he had passionately pursued. The arrest. In the late 1970s, Tim Allen's promising career took a dramatic and unexpected turn. On October 2, 1978, Allen was arrested at Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport in Michigan for possession of over 650 grams, approximately 1.4 pounds, of cocaine. This event was a significant turning point in his life, bringing his burgeoning career to an abrupt halt. Allen's arrest was not a random occurrence, but the result of a well-coordinated sting operation by the Kalamazoo Police Department and the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. For some time, he had been under surveillance by the authorities, who suspected his involvement in drug trafficking. On that fateful day in October, Allen was apprehended while attempting to transport a large quantity of cocaine. The arrest was a severe blow, not only to his rising career but also to his personal life. Following his arrest, Allen faced serious legal repercussions. He was charged with felony drug trafficking, a charge that carried the potential for a life sentence. The gravity of the situation was undeniable. Allen was at a crossroads, and the decisions he made during this period would significantly impact the rest of his life. Recognizing the severity of his predicament, Allen chose to cooperate with law enforcement. In exchange for a reduced sentence, he provided the names of other individuals involved in drug trafficking. This cooperation was a pivotal factor in the eventual outcome of his case. In December 1978, Allen pleaded guilty to drug trafficking charges. His decision to cooperate with authorities and provide valuable information led to a substantially reduced sentence. Instead of facing possible life imprisonment, Allen received a sentence of 3 to 7 years in federal prison. This plea deal was instrumental in lessening the full extent of the legal penalties he could have faced. Allen was incarcerated at the Federal Correctional Institution in Sandstone, Minnesota. He began serving his sentence in July 1979. The experience of being in prison marked a significant period of reflection and personal growth for him. During his time at the Federal Correctional Institution, Allen focused on rehabilitation and self-improvement. He participated in various educational programs and continued to cultivate his interest in comedy and performance. Despite the challenging circumstances, Allen used his time in prison to reflect on his life and choices, which ultimately had a profound impact on his future. Allen's good behavior and cooperation with authorities contributed to his early release. He served a little over 2 years of his sentence and was released on parole on June 12, 1981. The time spent in prison had a lasting effect on him, both personally and professionally. It provided him with a new perspective on life and reinforced his commitment to pursuing a successful career in entertainment. Continued career after imprisonment. After being released from prison, Tim Allen was determined to rebuild his career in comedy and entertainment. His time behind bars gave him a new perspective and renewed drive. Allen returned to Detroit and resumed performing stand-up comedy at local clubs, including the Comedy Castle, where he had initially made his mark. His performances were well received, and he quickly regained his footing in the comedy scene. In the early 1980s, Allen's reputation as a talented comedian spread beyond Detroit. He started performing at comedy clubs across the country, including notable venues in Chicago and Los Angeles. His unique style, characterized by observational humor and his skillful use of sound effects, resonated with audiences, helping him to establish a national presence. By the mid-1980s, Allen had achieved significant success as a stand-up comedian. He made appearances on various television shows, which further boosted his profile. One of his notable early television appearances was on An Evening at the Improv, a popular stand-up comedy show that featured emerging comedians. These appearances helped him gain visibility and introduced his humor to a wider audience. In 1991, Allen's career reached new heights when he landed the lead role in the television sitcom Home Improvement. The show, which premiered on ABC on September 17, 1991, was created by Carmen Finestra, David McFadzean, and Matt Williams. Allen played Tim the Toolman Taylor, a bumbling yet lovable handyman who hosted a fictional home improvement show called Tool Time. The character of Tim Taylor was partly based on Allen's own stand-up persona, which added authenticity and relatability to the role. Home Improvement quickly became a massive hit, earning high ratings and widespread acclaim. The show's success was due in large part to Allen's comedic talent and the chemistry among the cast members, including Patricia Richardson, who played his on-screen wife Jill Taylor, and Richard Karn, who played his sidekick Al Borland. The show ran for 8 seasons, from 1991 to 1999, and became one of the most watched sitcoms of the 1990s. Allen's portrayal of Tim Taylor earned him numerous awards, including a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy in 1995. In addition to his work on Home Improvement, Allen expanded his career into film. In 1994, he starred in the Disney movie The Santa Claus, playing Scott Calvin, a man who unexpectedly becomes Santa Claus. The film was a commercial success, grossing over $189 million worldwide and establishing Allen as a bankable film star. His performance was widely praised, and the movie became a beloved holiday classic, leading to 2 sequels. During this period, Allen also authored a best-selling book, Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man, published in 1994. The book, a humorous take on manhood and life experiences, showcased his wit and storytelling abilities. It became a New York Times bestseller and further solidified his status as a multi-talented entertainer. By 1995, Tim Allen had firmly established himself as a major figure in both television and film. His success on Home Improvement and his breakout role in The Santa Claus marked the culmination of years of hard work and perseverance. After the success of The Santa Claus, Allen continued to expand his presence in Hollywood. In 1995, he took on another significant role, voicing Buzz Lightyear in Pixar's groundbreaking animated film, Toy Story. The film was a critical and commercial success, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of the year. Allen's portrayal of the Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear became iconic, further securing his place in popular culture. Tim took on various other film roles, showing his versatility as an actor. In 1997, he starred in Jungle to Jungle, a comedy where he played a businessman who finds out he has a teenage son living in the Amazon. The film did reasonably well at the box office, proving Tim's appeal in family comedies. Allen's versatility as an actor was further demonstrated through his continued success on Home Improvement and his roles in various films. He starred in the 1997 comedy For Richer or Poorer alongside Kirstie Alley, and in 1999 he played the lead role in the sci-fi comedy Galaxy Quest, which has since become a cult classic. Also in 1999, Tim starred in Galaxy Quest, a sci-fi comedy that spoofed the Star Trek series. The film, featuring a cast of actors playing former TV stars who become real-life heroes, was well received by critics and developed a cult following. Tim's portrayal of the egocentric yet lovable Jason Nesmith was praised for its humor and charm. Throughout the 1990s, Allen's work earned him numerous accolades. In addition to his Golden Globe win, he received multiple People's Choice Awards and was recognized by the TV Land Awards for his contributions to television. His ability to connect with audiences through his relatable and humorous characters made him a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. In the late 1990s, Tim Allen's career continued to flourish. He reprised his beloved role as Scott Calvin in the highly successful sequel, The Santa Claus 2, which was released in 2002. The film followed Calvin as he navigated the challenges of finding a wife to continue his role as Santa Claus. The movie was a commercial hit, grossing over $172 million worldwide. Its success helped maintain Allen's status as a prominent actor in family-friendly films, and it became a staple during the holiday season. In 2006, Allen returned once again as Scott Calvin in The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. This installment introduced new elements and characters, including Martin Short as the villainous Jack Frost. Despite mixed reviews, the film performed well at the box office, earning over $110 million globally. The continued success of the Santa Claus franchise cemented Allen's reputation as a key figure in holiday cinema. Alongside his work on The Santa Claus, Allen continued to be the voice of the iconic character Buzz Lightyear in Pixar's Toy Story film series. Beginning with the first film in 1995, Allen's portrayal of the enthusiastic and slightly delusional Space Ranger became one of the most beloved characters in animated film history. Toy Story 2, released in 1999, continued the adventures of Buzz, Woody, and their friends, earning critical acclaim and box office success. The Toy Story franchise soared to new heights with Toy Story 3 in 2010. The film's emotional depth and storytelling were widely praised, earning it the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature and making it one of the top-grossing animated films ever. Tim's role as Buzz Lightyear was again lauded, contributing to the movie's tremendous success. This series cemented Tim's place in film history and won the hearts of audiences of all ages. In 2001, Tim took on a more serious role in Joe Somebody, playing an ordinary man who stands up to a bully at work. Though the film got mixed reviews, Tim's performance was noted for showing his range as an actor. He continued to appear in various films throughout the early 2000s, including the 2004 holiday comedy Christmas with the Cranks, based on John Grisham's novel Skipping Christmas. While it wasn't a hit with critics, it did well at the box office during the holiday season. Despite his successes, Tim faced challenges during this period. In 2006, he starred in Zoom, a superhero comedy where he played a former superhero training a group of young heroes. The film was poorly received by critics and did not do well at the box office. However, Tim's perseverance and dedication to his work kept him going. In 2008, Tim took a break from his usual comedic roles by starring in Red Belt, a drama directed by David Mamet. He played a supporting role as an action movie star, and the film received positive reviews. His performance was praised for its depth and complexity, showcasing his ability to handle more serious material. During this time, Tim also returned to television. In 2009, he starred in the TV special The 6 Wives of Henry LaFay, a comedy aired on Lifetime. The film, about a man with multiple ex-wives, highlighted Tim's comedic timing and charm. Additionally, Tim continued making guest appearances on various TV shows and participating in charity events and comedy specials. His presence on television helped maintain his connection with audiences and showcased his comedic talents. In 2011, Tim made a significant return to TV with the ABC sitcom Last Man Standing. The series featured Tim as Mike Baxter, a conservative family man running a sporting goods store. The show premiered on October 11, 2011, and quickly became popular. Audiences appreciated Tim's comedic talent and his ability to address current social issues through his character's perspective. Last Man Standing demonstrated Tim's skill in delivering relatable and insightful humor, drawing from his extensive experience in family-oriented comedy. The show ran successfully on ABC for 6 seasons, from 2011 to 2017. However, the network unexpectedly canceled it, causing an outcry from loyal fans. Their support led to the show's revival by Fox in 2018. Last Man Standing continued for 3 more seasons on Fox, concluding in 2021. This period highlighted Tim's enduring appeal and his ability to connect with audiences over a long span. While working on Last Man Standing, Tim also continued with his iconic role as Buzz Lightyear. In 2013, he reprised this role in the TV special Toy Story of Terror. This Halloween-themed special brought the beloved Toy Story characters back into the spotlight, delighting fans with new adventures. The following year, Tim continued his voice work as Buzz in Toy Story That Time Forgot, another well-received TV special that kept the character alive in the public's mind. The pinnacle of Tim's work in the Toy Story series came with Toy Story 4 in 2019. The film was a critical and commercial hit, earning over $1 billion worldwide. Tim's portrayal of Buzz Lightyear was praised for its depth and consistency, contributing to the film's overall success. Toy Story 4 provided a fitting end to the series, cementing the legacy of Buzz Lightyear and the entire Toy Story saga in fans' hearts. Beyond TV and film, Tim explored other entertainment areas during this time. In 2017, he launched a stand-up comedy tour titled Tim Allen Live on Stage. This tour allowed Tim to reconnect with his roots in stand-up comedy, performing across the United States and showcasing his humor to live audiences. The tour was a success, highlighting Tim's versatility and his ability to entertain in various formats. In 2020, Tim reunited with his home improvement co-star Richard Karn for a new project on the History Channel. The series, titled Assembly Required, premiered in 2021. It featured builders competing to create unique and functional items from home, blending competition with humor and creativity. Tim and Richard's on-screen chemistry and humor were key elements of the show's appeal, drawing on their history and shared comedic timing. Other problematic actions. Despite his success, Tim Allen's career hasn't been smooth sailing. Besides his prison time, he's been involved in several troubling incidents that have grabbed headlines and sparked criticism. Here are some key moments. DUI arrest. In May 1997, Tim was pulled over for speeding in Bloomfield Township, Michigan. He failed a breathalyzer test, showing a blood alcohol content above the legal limit. Tim pleaded guilty and got a year of probation. had to attend Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and pay a fine. This incident highlighted his ongoing issues with substance abuse years after his earlier legal troubles. Use of racial slur. In 2013, Tim stirred controversy during an interview with the Tampa Bay Times by defending his use of the N-word in his stand-up routines. He argued that comedians should have the freedom to use any language to make a point, believing context matters. However, his comments were widely criticized as insensitive and out of touch with the evolving discourse on race and language in comedy. This incident drew significant backlash, damaging his reputation and raising questions about his racial sensitivity. Comments on political correctness. Tim often speaks against what he sees as excessive political correctness in entertainment. In 2017, on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he controversially compared being a conservative in Hollywood to living in Nazi Germany, saying, "You've got to be real careful around here, you know? You get beat up if you don't believe what everybody believes. This is like 30s Germany." His remarks were widely criticized as inappropriate and trivializing the suffering under Nazi rule. These comments further polarized opinions about him, with some defending his free speech and others condemning his insensitivity. Allegations of misconduct. Tim has also faced allegations of inappropriate behavior. In 1998, his home improvement co-star Patricia Richardson revealed that Tim once flashed her on set. Richardson later said she found the incident funny and not offensive, but the revelation was scrutinized anew during the Chick Me Too movement. This re-examination of his behavior in light of broader societal changes led many to question the appropriateness of his actions and their impact on co-stars. Controversial remarks on diversity. In a 2013 Nerdist podcast interview, Tim made controversial comments about diversity in Hollywood, suggesting it sometimes led to tokenism and that hiring should be based solely on merit. Critics argued that his views downplayed the systemic barriers faced by underrepresented groups in the industry and failed to acknowledge the importance of efforts to promote diversity and inclusion. Conflict with co-stars. Reports of tension between Tim and some co-stars have emerged over the years. Notably, Jonathan Taylor Thomas left Home Improvement in 1998 to focus on academics, sparking rumors of conflict. Both Tim and Thomas publicly downplayed any serious issues, but rumors persisted, painting a picture of Tim as difficult to work with. Political views and public statements. Tim's conservative views often clash with liberal Hollywood. He's publicly supported Republican candidates and policies, drawing both support and criticism. His political stance and polarizing statements in interviews and on social media, such as his remarks on political correctness, have sparked heated debates about their appropriateness and broader implications.